Amanda. Now, who is Amanda? Did we already know who this person is? What is this? Strange. Okay. Can we try again? Because it still has that yellow box above it. So I don't know if that means... No, okay. I guess we're done with that option. So is this a variety of art exhibits, I guess? Okay, we can't go over there. I was going to check out that round rock. This is like a garden of modern art, I guess. Okay. Well, I feel like we should, at the very least, check out this pillar. And maybe that boat? Well, that's probably Amanda. But before we talk to her, let's make sure that we cover some ground around the edge, just in case. Okay, that's where we came from. So let's just look at this pillar in the back and whatever that palm tree looking sculpture is. And if there's nothing there, we can go ahead and talk to Amanda. Oh, we can't even get over there. Okay. So let's go talk to Amanda and see what her deal is. This is a very interesting architecture and flora here. It kind of reminds me like of a Japanese garden. I've been to some of them in California. They look kind of similar.
Hello, Amanda.
Connor, it's good to see you. Congratulations, Connor. Finding that deviant was far from easy. And the way you interrogated it was very clever. You've been remarkably efficient, Connor.
Thank you, Amanda.
We've asked the DPD to transfer it to us for further study. It may teach us something about what happened. The interrogation seemed challenging. What did you think of
That's
the
for sure.
deviant?
I feel like I need an
I
intervention.
prevented it from being damaged, so we might still learn something by analyzing it. It said something to me. The truth is inside. I don't know what that means, unless it was just another error in its program.
This Lieutenant Anderson has been officially assigned to the deviancy case. What do you make of him?
I like him. It's intriguing.
I think he's irritable
We can get
and
along.
socially challenged. But I also think he used to be a good detective. He's an intriguing character.
Unfortunately, we have no choice but to work with him. What do you think is the best approach?
I'll adapt to
I
him,
will
I'm sure.
adapt to his personality. It is in the best interest of the
she
investigation
didn't
that
like
I
that.
avoid conflict and try to accommodate his psychology.
More and more androids show signs of deviancy. There are millions in circulation. If they become unstable, the consequences will be disastrous. You're the most advanced prototype CyberLife has ever created. If anyone can figure out what's happening, it's you.
You can count on me, Amanda.
So she didn't like that we said we were going to
Hurry,
adapt.
Connor. There's little time.
But that just goes to show that you can't make everybody happy in the game. You're going to have to choose one side or the other eventually. There's no perfect solution. Let's take a look around before we go up. Joint Chiefs of Staff Certificate of Service. Okay. These are all fallen Detroit police officers, I'm guessing. Can we use one of these, maybe? No, maybe not.
It's okay, just relax. Just tell them what happened to you.
You might be in shock. Just
Tensions in the
take it
Arctic
easy.
have reached a new
Yeah.
level. A Russian carrier and an American
Would you mind
patrol
getting me
boat
some water,
reported to
please?
have clashed last night.
Sure.
Several warning shots were exchanged, apparently with no damage or casualties to either side. The Minister for Defense, Dennis Riggs, has
There you
spoken
go.
of intolerable provocation that cannot go unanswered. The countries in the region, particularly Sweden
Shouldn't
and
be too
Canada,
long now.
have called for military forces to withdraw and an international conference to be held. So far, there has been no response from either Moscow or Washington. We'll keep you informed minute by minute as the situation develops.
So I wonder if they're using androids for troops. Public opinion of androids are definitely going to be affected, or it is definitely going to affect the amount with which Detroit uses them, right? Because there's a public opinion bar that we see in the chapter summary stages. Okay, I don't think we're going to see anything else there. So I wonder if it's possible, if they trust us enough, if the public opinion of androids is high enough, could they use us as maybe mediators between Russia and the United States? Hello. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk.
Can I help you?
I'm here to see Lieutenant Anderson.
Do you have authorization?
Yes.
Lieutenant Anderson hasn't arrived yet, but you can wait at his desk.
And let's see what we can see along the way. Hello, ma'am. Can you direct me?
I'm looking for Lieutenant Anderson's desk.
It's that desk right there.
Thanks. But you can bet that doesn't mean we're going to miss looking around before we go over there.
You still here? I thought your assignment was over.
It's just been extended.
Hank's gonna be overjoyed to hear that. You were right about that android. It's been quiet in the cell all night. Scheduled for transfer today.
It's good to hear. He was one of the ones that actually listened to us when we asked him to take it easy and kind of have a hands-off approach with the android. So I see this yellow... Oh, there we go. We can look at it. Yep, Police Officer Miller. And this is Wilson. Okay, can we chat with Officer Wilson? Doesn't look like it. I guess this is if we hadn't asked the lady at the entranceway whose or where the desk was. This was going to give us a clue about which desk was whose. But we can see if we could talk to anybody else at the very least, or kind of gain any information about... Oh, here we go. I'm always up for a magazine. Detroit Today. Famous Detroit painter. Oh, right, Carl. We saw that. And President Warren at 33% approval, probably because of his connections with CyberLife. Carl Manfred, one of Detroit's brightest lights. Reports of famous artist Carl Manfred's death have been confirmed. The coroners described a fatal cardiac event induced by a stressful domestic situation. Manfred's son, Leo, has asked the media to respect his family's privacy at this difficult time. Carl Manfred rose to fame in the 2020s. That's where we are now. As a figurehead of neo-symbolism with a powerful and dark works in the mold of Francis Bacon. I wonder if Carl Manfred's an actual artist you could look up now. Proliferate years followed until a dark period marked by alcohol and drugs. But the artist had apparently returned to work in recent months. The governor of Detroit expressed her condolences to the family on behalf of the city, describing Manfred as one of Detroit's brightest lights. A collection of Manfred's paintings will be auctioned by his estate in the coming weeks. Right. So, Markus, obviously, I mean, it was obvious before, but he got blamed for Carl's passing, and Leo got off scot-free. Ivanov says, "Niet." Russian president responds to Warren's warning. Following President Warren's demand that all Russian troops withdraw from the Arctic immediately, President Ivanov of Russia has issued a response. Ivanov branded Warren's comments as a megaphone diplomacy and said U.S. saber-rattling is the #1 threat to stability in the region. The Kremlin produced a detailed statement outlining Russia's claim to the territory, and Ivanov said he would remind President Warren that the United States is subject to the UN conventions like everybody else. The conflict shows no sign of abating and escalating, would be even fair to say. Okay. So we could look at this desk. We've already looked at that. So I think we've looked around just about everywhere. So, but let's see if we can look around real quick. Okay, we can't go in this area quite yet. That's fine. Detective Collins and Lieutenant Anderson. Okay.
Excuse me. Do you know what time Lieutenant Anderson usually arrives?
Depends on where he was the night before. If we're lucky, we'll see him before noon.
Thanks.
Explore the new office.
Hi, honey. Are you okay?
There we go. Now we're going to get to... Oh. Yeah, let's look at his desk before we go too far. And then we'll check things like the meeting room, the break room. Looks like we can go interview the deviant.
I'm in the office.
Dark heavy metal. Nice. That's the classics. The classics from the 2020s. I don't care. If I wanted to be ignored, I'd talk to my ex-wife. Anti-Android slogans. Use your brain, not your Android free space. Yeah, that much was obvious. Like sports. Maybe we can talk about that. He's got a dog. He likes to hang out at Jimmy's bar, which is, I think, where we found him when we were looking for him earlier. 452 calories for donuts. Yep, that sounds about right. I mean, he is a cop, so it sounds pretty typical. Japanese maple. Not doing too hot, though. See what he's drinking. Cold coffee. Traces of caffeine. Oh, I guess because it's supposed to be empty, although it kind of looks full from the left side. Okay. What are we missing? Oh, here we go. This picture. Red Ice Task Force. That's what Todd was on. A good cop. Real police. Nice. Okay, so we know a little bit more about Anderson.
It's good to see you again, Lieutenant.
Oh, Jesus.
Hank! In my office.
We can explore, or we can go and listen in. I want to hear what he has to say. We can explore later.
Samples yet? Lab reports says they
I've got 10 new cases involving androids on my desk every day.
We really need to forensic.
We've always had isolated incidents. Old ladies losing their android maids and that kind of crap. But now, we're getting reports of assaults and even homicide, like that guy last night. This isn't just CyberLife's problem anymore. It's now a criminal investigation, and we've got to deal with it before the shit hits the fan. I want you to investigate these cases and see if there's any link.
Why me? Why do I gotta be the one to deal with this shit? I am the least qualified cop in the country to handle this case. I know jack shit about androids, Jeffrey. I can barely change the settings on my own phone.
Everybody's overloaded.
Okay, Boomer.
I think you're perfectly qualified for this type of investigation.
Bullshit! The truth is, nobody wants to investigate these fucking androids, and you let me hold in the bag.
CyberLife sent over this android to help with the investigation. It's a state-of-the-art prototype. It'll act as your partner.
No fucking way! I don't need a partner, and certainly not this plastic prick.
Hank, you are seriously starting to piss me off. You are a police lieutenant. You are supposed to do what I say and shut your goddamn mouth.
You know what my goddamn mouth has to say to you?
Okay,
Huh?
okay. I'll pretend like I didn't hear that, so I don't have to add any more pages to your disciplinary folder, because it already looks like a fucking novel. This conversation is over.
Jeffrey, Jesus Christ, why are you doing this to me? You know how much I hate these fucking things. Why are you doing this to me?
It's a good question.
Listen, I've had just about enough of your bitching. Either you do your job or you hand in your badge. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do.
I'm very pleased to have joined the team. I can assure you I'll do my very
Close the
best.
door on your way out.
Yeah, fair enough. We probably could have just left.
Have a nice day, Captain.
So if you look behind Captain Fowler's head, you can see his Air Force ranks there. So I guess he was prior military. It seems like maybe Lieutenant Anderson was too. Captain Fowler's office is unavailable now. Yeah. Go figure. Alright. We can check on Hank. Let's explore real quick, and we can always circle back to Hank afterwards. Okay, just sort of going over all the crimes going off currently. It would be cool if we could kind of lip read and just sort of fill in the blanks as to what she was saying without really going in there. Let's grab a bite to... Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Look at that.
That's not who I wanted to see.
Our friend, the plastic detective, is back in town. Congratulations on last night. Very impressive.
Can introduce myself, I guess.
Hello. My name is Connor.
Never seen an android like you before. What model are you?
RK-800. I'm a prototype.
A prototype? Android detective. So machine's gonna replace us all. Is that it? Hey, bring me a coffee, dipshit. Get a move on!
Okay.
Do yourself a favor. Stay out of my way.
Still want the coffee? The way he holds it out.
Several sources report that CyberLife has provided Detroit police with a prototype detective android. Although police assistant androids have existed for several years now, this would be the first case of an android being authorized to play an active role in criminal investigations. We contacted CyberLife for comment, but no one was available to answer our questions.
The first book written by an artificial intelligence has just been published, and to call it a success would be an understatement. Do Humans Dream of Mammalian Sheep has shot to the top of the bestseller list.
That's a parody of
Critics
Do
are
Androids Dream of
unanimous in their
Electric
praise
Sheep?
for the depth of thought and originality of this first work. Designed by CyberLife, the AI known as Voltaire analyzed human centers of interest on social networks for several months before its complex algorithms generated the plot of the novel. According to several specialists, it will be very difficult for human authors to compete with these algorithms, and the odds are that most of the books written in the coming years will be the work of artificial intelligence.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Like, I know on ESPN, even nowadays, they have a way to sort of auto-generate articles just about games. You know, they can just sort of say, this team bested the other team, this player scored the most points. And it's not written by humans, it's just, again, kind of auto-generated, which is interesting. So there's already some artificial intelligence articles being written. We could go to the bathroom. Sure, why not? Yeah, we're looking good. Okay. Is there anything to do in here? I mean, we don't really need to go in the stall, but what kind of android would we be if we didn't check, right? Okay. Let's go talk to Hank and see what he has to say. I'm guessing he's probably just going to brush us off, but even if he does that, we can just go ahead and talk to the I guess what they call the deviant afterwards. We'll see if we could figure out what his name is so that we uh-oh. We didn't unlock an option. So maybe we should talk to the android first so that we can come with good news if we have uncovered more information. So that doesn't look like him.
What?
What is he gonna say?
What are you looking at? Hey, fuck you! Fucking android.
Okay, that's fine. So he's probably in the next cell over.
You're going to destroy me.
I'm sorry. It's not what I wanted. But there's nothing I can do. I know there's something you didn't tell me. I need to know before they take you away.
Let's ask about the statuette, yeah.
The sculpture you made. Tell me more about it.
I'm going to die.
I thought we were going to be able to do more than that. Okay. Well. Uh-oh.
Open the cell, quick! Hurry!
Oh, did he kill himself? Is he toast?
I'll call Cyberlife. Clean this mess up.
Wow, so I wonder, did we cause that by pushing about the statuette? Or was that gonna happen anyway? Okay, so it looks like we're not gonna get an option. Feel like if we are understanding, he's just gonna push us off because he doesn't like us. Constructive seems kind of similar to understanding. If we're pragmatic, I guess that's kind of the neutral option because, I mean, he's going to have to take this case anyway, right? No matter what he wants, so we may as well just try to help him get through it as quick as possible.
Listen, I know you don't like me, but we're going to have to work together. We'll both have to make an effort.
He doesn't want us to talk about being partners.
In any case, I'd like you to know I'm very happy to be working with you.
He might not like that either.
I'm sure we'll make a great team.
Do I get a desk?
Is there a desk anywhere I could use?
No one's using that one.
Alright, we'll be roommates. Okay.
Hey, take a look at these samples.
I felt like mentioning partners would have just make him go off the deep end because he doesn't like that we're partners, so that's why I avoided that. So, you got a dog, huh?
You have a dog, right?
How do you know
I
that?
need the forensics.
The dog hair's on your chair.
Alright, I'll trace it up.
I like dogs. What's your dog's name?
What's it to you? Sumo. I call him Sumo.
Alright. You like basketball, huh?
You're a Detroit Gears fan, right? Denton Carter scored 53% of his shots from the three-point line yesterday. Did you see the game?
That's what I was watching at the bar last night.
Oh, what? Why didn't he like us asking about basketball? Okay. Maybe music
Do you
then?
listen to Knights of the Black Death? I really like that music. It's full of energy.
You listen to heavy metal?
Well, we are an android.
I don't really listen to music as such, but I'd like to.
Okay. That's something. We better not ask about anti-androids or about foul. Yeah, all of those kind of seem like hot button issues, so we have him in the warm category right now, so let's just quit while we're ahead. Because it looks like, you know, selecting all of the unlocked options may not necessarily be the best choice, even if we do unlock them, so I say let's just go and start working.
If you have any files on Deviants, I'd like to take a look at them.
Terminal's on your desk. Knock yourself out.
Okay, let's do it. Oops. Okay, so we're probably going to have to remember some of these so that we can help put together a theory, just like with the murder. So, disappearance. Victim is Gordon Lopez. Case assigned to Lieutenant Anderson. The plaintiff reports that he left his android at home as usual when he went to work. When he returned, the android was nowhere to be found. No trace of a break-in in the apartment. The android may have left the home without being ordered to. Okay, I wonder if we're going to run into Todd's case here. Okay, victim Charles Bell. The plaintiff claims to have been attacked by an AV, so on and so forth, model android working as a waiter in the Fast Coney Dogs restaurant situated at this address. The plaintiff claims the android lunged at him unexpectedly and attempted to strangle the man. Oops. Strangle the man before leaving the scene. The android remains at large. Victim Sarah Cornwall. The plaintiff claims to have been attacked by her android, an AP-700. The android also trashed several rooms in the house before taking flight. And then Floyd Mills. The plaintiff, the manager of the Eden Club, that's that gentleman's club that we found in the case with Carlos earlier, reported the unexplained disappearance of a sex android model WR400. The android disappeared after accompanying a customer to his home and never returned to the club. Okay. Alright, here we go. Todd Williams. Yep. The victim's body was found by a friend who came by to say hello. He had friends? He immediately called the emergency service at 8:42, who recorded death by gunshot wound. The murder weapon may have belonged to the victim. His android, an AX-400, or Kara, was not found on the scene and is the main suspect. Well, they're not wrong. Okay. Unknown, okay, and here's Markus. Victim Leo Manfred. Famous painter Carl Manfred was found dead in his home following an altercation between his android and his son. The latter's witness statement attests to the android behaving violently. The android is thought to be a prototype, unknown model and serial number, and was destroyed at the scene by attending officers. So Markus was a prototype of some kind. That's interesting. So looks like Kara is just a typical model. Markus looks like it's a prototype, and we, Connor, are also a prototype of some kind. It's interesting. So I would like to know what all these codes kind of mean. So you see, like, this one is an AL series. You can see it with the victim's picture, or the android's picture, rather. It's an AL series. That's an AV series. There's a WR series. AP. Yeah, so let's go and scan our files.
243 files. First dates back 9 months. It all started in Detroit and quickly spread across the country. An AX-400 is reported to have murdered a man last night. That could be a good starting point for our investigation.
We could be professional.
I know you didn't ask for this investigation, Lieutenant, but I'm sure you're a professional.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Fair enough. Let's be determined with him. It's hard to know what he's gonna
I've been assigned this
fly
mission,
off the handle.
Lieutenant. I didn't come here to wait until you feel like working.
Listen,
Oh, no.
asshole. If it was up to me, I'd throw the lot of you in a dumpster and set a match to it. So stop pissing me off. Or things are gonna get nasty.
Lieutenant? I'm sorry to disturb you. I have some information on the AX-400 that killed the guy last night. It's been sighted in the Ravendale district.
I'm on it.
Man, Anderson is... Hank is so hard to figure out. I felt like we had... Oh, well, he gets mad no matter what. I felt like we had made some progress, so maybe, you know, we were going to get negative points with our relationship with him no matter what here at the end, so all those personal artifacts were us just to get a few positive points, so at least we didn't go into the negative. So at the very least, we're neutral right now. Oh, so there's something that we missed here. We found the magic stone. What else? There must have been another sculpture. Okay. So we didn't get to fully examine Hank's desk. Oh, so here we can see all the things we unlocked with our previous choices. So that allowed us to talk with the android, and the android self-destructed, so it doesn't look like there was anything else that could have happened. So we didn't get to it said call somebody. I guess there was some kind of phone on Hank's desk, so we didn't get to do that, but doesn't look like that's too big of an issue. And Hank is mad. He got a lead, or something else happens. I'm guessing that if we got too far in the negative, he would attack us or refuse to work with us or something. So this is probably the more positive of the options.